question is for Sean Astin. What was it like working on the set of Goonies as a child?
She's right there. She's rich. She's kind of.
She's rich. Yeah. It was exactly what we. You know, I've been lucky enough to be in a few movies that really connected with people, and the interesting thing about it is usually what you see is what you get. When you look at Lord of the Rings, that sense of fellowship, like that sense of adventure of what was going on, like that's what it was like making the movie. It's captured on the screen, and it's the same thing with the Goonies. I mean, I was always annoyed because one of the things Richard Donner, the director, loved was that we were just normal kids, and so we'd all talk at the same time. But I really liked the dialogue, and you could never hear the dialogue because everybody's always talking at the same time. So, but no, I got to kiss the girl. We got to found a pirate ship. We rode our bikes on cliffs. It's pretty great.
Elijah, you had some.
That had to be the greatest experience.
Yeah. Elijah, you had Flipper. Flipper. Come on. Yeah. Come on. That movie stood out for a lot of us.
With dolphins. That is fair.
No, I would love to hear about you. Started really young as well, and I know we mentioned Back to the Future.
Wasn't in Goonies?
No.
You worked with every major Hollywood star, starring opposite them for like 20 years before you were 20. How did that happen? I mean, Mel Gibson and Bruce Willis, right? Am I right so far? Bruce Willis, yeah. I mean, there's. I can't even go through all of them. I know Mark.
I don't need to, though.
Yeah, I could though, if I had time.
Was there one that stuck out though of all your films? I mean, I also love Huck Finn. Huck Finn, big Huck Finn fan. Yeah. Getting started as a young child, you know what I mean? And
Radio Flyer.
Oh my God, Radio Flyer. That's the one we're missing. There we go.
The thing that's advantage about him is living life like that.
Yeah.
From one movie to another movie before you're even like, you know.
Yeah. But Radio Flyer is actually a great reference.
Yeah.
Because it was also Richard Donner that directed it. And that was a formative experience in my childhood. There was something of, that movie deals with fantasy as much as it deals with the reality of what's happening to my character's brother, which is obviously really horrible at the hands of our stepfather. Real abuse story. But it's also about their adventures and their spirit of adventure and the sort of fantasy life that they lead on the outside of that to sort of help the process of dealing with that family member. And so it felt like an adventure making that. Got to do so many fun things that had so much whimsy, and Richard is wonderful with kids, as you know. He loves them and is annoyed by them at the same time in the most playful, sort of grandfather-uncle role.
Right.
I met Steven Spielberg while making that movie. He came to visit. George Lucas came to set to visit. Like, that was a total dream experience.
Did I ever tell you the story about Steven Spielberg and Richard Donner and the Goonies after the movie?